welcome everybody here to Talladega revamped No Walls for the running of the second annual NNSCRA Royal Rumble. We've got 40 participants in this year's event, all of them with an opportunity to be declared the winner of the Royal Rumble here, including our defending winner, Aaron Williams, going to be trying to defend his title for the second straight time. This is going to be one exciting event, folks. There was a lot of buzz about it last time, so we brought it back for a second time. Hope that you're going to enjoy. Now, if you're new to the Royal Rumble, we're going to give you the breakdown of just exactly how this event happens as we show you your official Royal Rumble rules. Two drivers are going to be starting this event. The drivers actually ended up being put into a randomized pool. They ended up drawing a certain number on where they will enter this event. Numbers 1 through 40. The drivers who drew numbers 1 and 2 are going to be starting off this race. They will be driving in a 3-minute segment. After that 3-minute segment, another competitor, the driver who drew number 3, will join them. Every 3 minutes after a person has joined, there will be another driver, and then another driver, and then another driver that will join until all 40 participants have made it into the event. Now, how do the eliminations go down? This is how it happens. If all 4 of your tires go beneath the dotted white line or the dotted yellow line out of turn number 4, that results in elimination. If all 4 tires go beneath the yellow line in the turns or on the straightaway and back straightaway, that results in an elimination. Keep in mind, if only 2 tires go beneath that yellow line, you are not eliminated. It's only when all 4 tires have gone beneath that yellow line. And the last way to be eliminated is if your car goes off the outside of the track and leaves the racing surface. That also results in an elimination. It is possible, keep in mind too, that while trying to eliminate your opponent, you might eliminate yourself. If, while eliminating an opponent, your 4 tires go beneath that yellow line or you go off the racetrack, you have not only eliminated your opponent, but also eliminated yourself from winning the Royal Rumble. After entry number 40 has entered, that's the last entry, the track, there will be a 3-minute segment, but then there's going to be a 10-lap shootout. All drivers that are around after that 3-minute segment, after entry number 40 has entered the track, will take part in the 10-lap shootout. The driver who gets to the start-finish line first at the end of that 10-lap shootout is going to be declared the winner of the second annual NNSCRA Royal Rumble. Sounds simple in a 10-lap shootout, huh? Not so. Aaron Williams, James McLeod in the first Royal Rumble ended up coming down to the stripe at a dead even heat, and it was Aaron Williams just barely squeaking out the win there. Alright folks, it's time to get this thing started. So we're going to head down trackside now, get the introductions of the drivers who drew numbers 1 and 2. Let's take a look now at who comes in at the very unfortunate starting spot of number 1. Well, look who's going to be starting off this thing. It's going to be none other than the driver, the number 15, Austin LaPlante, a driver who has very limited experience in the NNSCRA. So it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to match up against whoever his first opponent will be. That's a little burnout there, and out he goes. Let's find out now who he's going to go up against for entry number 2. This is going to be a good matchup here. We'll find out who his opponent will be.
Red Solo Cup.
Wow, this is going to be a good matchup. Charles Sanford in the number 88. Yet another driver with very limited NNSCRA experience. And Charles Sanford, Austin LaPlante, they're going to be the 2 to start this thing off. Alright, so here they come down to the start-finish line. And now let's get those famous words to start this thing off.
Let's get ready to rumble!
No doubt about it, that's the words we have been waiting for ever since the announcement that the Royal Rumble was coming back to the NSRA Sports Channel. Austin LaPlante gonna get out in front early here. Charles Sanford right side by side with him. Now, I'm going to make a prediction here. I don't think you're going to see these two race each other real hard and try to eliminate each other due to the fact that they've got a long way to go. They're starting from entries 1 and 2, the hardest spots to start the Royal Rumble in, and they want to be around for that 10-lap shootout. So you see right there, Charles Sanford kind of backing off, giving quite a bit of room to the 15. not bad strategy. Why not just ride around for 3 minutes and see if you can end up, keeping yourself around here for when that 10-lap shootout comes. However, that may not be the case. Now, this is what I'm thinking they're going to do, but maybe there's something going through their mind where they're thinking, hey, if I can eliminate my opponent early on here, I can just ride around for the remainder of this 3-minute segment, and then I can end up going up against somebody else one-on-one instead of having it be 3 of us and a greater chance of me being eliminated. So that's the thing about this kind of a race. There's strategy constantly going on, and you got to be ready at every single moment for whatever might happen. You see there, Charles Sanford now going to dive down to the inside. Now, Charles Sanford, makes some contact there with Austin the Plant. Charles Sanford in what we call here in the Royal Rumble the catbird seat. Being behind the car in front of you. You're able to then try and hook that car down beneath that yellow line. And looks like right here, yep, Charles Sanford's going to go to the front and look at Austin the Plant. He's kind of like, okay, you know what, let's just give each other a little bit of room here. And he's going to back way off there. Good strategy there by Austin the Plant. Both these drivers wanting to stick around as long as they can. And right now, that kind of strategy is working out. But now, there you see Austin the Plant starting to catch up to the back bumper of Charles Sanford. Oh, I thought he was going to maybe try and turn him right there. But nope, not the case. Here comes Austin the Plant back down to the inside. You can bet these drivers, I think maybe right now, these drivers could be trying to feel each other out just in case both of them make it to the 10-lap shootout. Because remember, there's nothing to do with eliminations at that point. It's basically just 10 hard laps of racing here. And looks like Austin the Plant's going to still lead him down here. Oh, Charles Sanford starting to get close now. Watch out. Heading here into turn 1. We only got a few more seconds before our next entry, number 3, will come in. And Sanford's going to move to the outside, say, okay, let's not race hard. Let's just keep each other, keep our cars straight, keep them clean. Good move there by Charles Sanford. And let's see who these 2 young guns are going to have to go up against here as the countdown is on. And here comes entry number 3 into the Royal Rumble. Who's it going to be? Whoa! None other than the president of the NNSCRA himself, Seth Cole, starting off from entry number 3. Seth Cole, wait, where are you going? Seth Cole's going, where's he going? That's not the way to the track. He's going back inside the... Seth, it's the other way. No, turn around. Seth, what? That's the wrong way. Seth, oh, well, I guess he found his way to the track. Okay, so he's going to race here with Charles Sanford and Austin the Plant. Now, you might think that probably, I would think that'd be good strategy for these 2 young guns, Charles Sanford and Austin the Plant, to try and eliminate the veteran Seth Cole right now. Seth Cole there in the 25. He's up ahead of these guys. And here's Sanford. He's going to go down to the inside of Seth Cole. So far, we've been about 6 minutes or so through into this event. And there have not yet been really anything that looks like it's even close to an elimination. Here comes Charles Sanford. He'll make it 3 wide and go to the front. Austin the Plant right behind. Seth Cole behind that. Tell you something else that we saw in the first Royal Rumble that I think you're going to see here is the fact that some drivers start to feel the pressure. They start to feel that, oh, these guys are racing really hard. I don't want to take myself out of this thing. And oh, Seth Cole trying to turn Charles Sanford. Oh, can't do it this time. Sanford's able to hold on. But some drivers, when they feel that pressure and they feel that the racing's getting a little too hard for their comfort, they'll fall to the back and just kind of ride around there at the back of the pack for a while. Now Seth Cole going to the inside of Charles Sanford. Austin the Plant right behind him. Oh, and the Plant! Oh, I thought he was going to get into that right, or that left rear of Seth Cole. Would have been a perfect spot to do it and be able to eliminate Seth Cole here in entry number 3. But it's not the case. I don't think, I'm trying to remember back to Royal Rumble history here, and I'm almost thinking that it ended up, it ended up being, I think there was an elimination by time entry number 3 had come out. And right now we got all 3 entries, number 1, 2, and 3, still running on the racetrack. And believe it or not, these seconds, these 3 minutes, they just fly by in a hurry. We're about to get our next entry number 4. Clock ticking away here, counting down those 3 minutes till we get our 4th entry into this event. And right now, still some nice clean racing, but some hard racing being done here by these three drivers. You gotta think maybe they're making some alliances here, maybe, in case they make it to the final segment. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Seth Cole nearly got into Sanford again. But now they go three wide and they keep it together. Looks like all three entries will make it at least into the fourth segment of the Royal Rumble. Oh, LaPlante, though, right on Seth Cole's back bumper, trying to hook him here in the closing stages. Seth Cole hangs on, and they're going to continue on. Here comes entry number 4 into the Royal Rumble here today as the clock winds down, and here we go. Who's going to join these three on the racetrack? Well, here comes the first Toyota of the day. Carson Gum in the 55 coming in at entry number 4. So this is going to be interesting now. We now have 4 cars on the racetrack as opposed to the 2 and 3 we had before. And you got to wonder, with the cars building up here in packs now, with it being 4 cars, if now these drivers are going to start focusing on eliminating each other. Whoa, and right there you nearly saw Charles Sanford get eliminated. Getting a little shove there out of turn 4 by Carson Gum. And if Charles Sanford had gone off the out-of-bounds area on the high side of the racetrack there, that would have resulted in elimination of our number 2 entry. Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Carson Gum right in the back bumper of Austin LaPlante. Seth Cole right in the back bumper of Carson Gum. Oh, that was close. That was really close. They were literally nose to tail, nose to tail. Literally the 3 of them in a 3-car tandem right there, but somehow they kept it together. Not exactly sure if that was what they were planning on doing. I think there was elimination on the minds of both Carson Gum and Seth Cole, but it did not happen. Pretty impressed so far that we've had 4 entries, and so far all 4 entries are still running and are still in this Royal Rumble. Look at this, Carson Gum, though, right back on the charge there. Look at him. Now, you notice how he tries going a little bit lower than Austin LaPlante there in the turns. That's how you eliminate a driver in the turns, basically, is you try and hook them in that left rear quarter panel. However, it's very tricky to do that. You got to be careful doing that, because if you end up messing up just a little bit, and that car ahead of you comes down onto your nose, it could force you beneath the yellow line as well and result in your elimination from the Royal Rumble as well. Right there, oh, Sanford getting a little close there to that dotted white line. He kept it on the right side, and he's still in this thing, but that was awfully close, and it looked like he actually did it while attempting to eliminate Carson Gum, who, remember, actually tried eliminating Sanford not too long ago. So little payback right there by Charles Sanford, but it almost resulted in him being eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Certainly a close call right there for Sanford. Kind of looks like he's decided, okay, I'm going to just run here at the back now, try and regroup, catch my breath. As there's Seth Cole alongside of Carson Gum. They're now going to go 2 by 2. Oh, and Sanford again headed down towards that low line. Kept it going, though, and we're still running with all 4 cars. Oh, Sanford gets Seth Cole a little squirrely there in the tri-oval. Seth Cole nearly shot up the racetrack, and I think if he had, he might have taken Austin LaPlante with him. Let's look at our next entry. Well, now it's entry number 5, Kyle Sinoski in the Jack Daniels Chevrolet. This is going to start to get good. Now we got ourselves a 5-car pack here. Kyle Sinoski, entry number 5, and oh, look at Seth Cole goes up the racetrack, and Sinoski went with him. Our first eliminations. Seth Cole, Kyle Sinoski, Seth Cole barrel rolling wildly on his roof. Now onto his 4 wheels as Kyle Sinoski is still running up to complete full speed, but he's off the racetrack. That results in an elimination as he's going to try and bring that car, I guess, back onto the track. I mean, he could still run on the track if he wants to. Whoa! Hops it up there into the infield and now slides in the infield grass. Take a look here at a replay of what happened. Watch right here. Oh, Kyle Sinoski hooks Seth Cole in the right rear It sends Seth Cole up the racetrack, but like I told you, when you try to eliminate someone, you're risking eliminating yourself, and that's exactly what happened to Kyle Sinoski. Sinoski did not last very long in this Royal Rumble either. He was only in it for, I'd say, probably about... Now I'm trying to look here. I'd say somewhere around 9 to 10 seconds. And oh, look at Seth Cole. You can still see him sideways when he hit that wall there. Take a look at another camera angle here. Right there, you can just see... Boy, it almost looks like either Sinoski hooked Seth Cole or Seth Cole came up and then got hooked. Because I think that Seth Cole tried to go to the outside of Austin the Plant. Well, anyway, we've got our first two eliminations from the Royal Rumble. Entry number 3, Seth Cole, and entry number 5, Kyle Sinoski, who may hold the record this year for the shortest amount of time in the Royal Rumble. We found out that it was a total of 8 seconds that Sinoski stayed in this event. A tough break for him. He will get credited for the elimination of Seth Cole, but he also is going to get credited with the elimination of himself. So now we're left with entries 1, 2, and 4 here. Charles Sanford, Austin the Plant, and Carson Gum. So we finally have hit our first eliminations of the day. And Kyle Sinoski, let's remember this now. Seth Cole, I think, is actually taken and retired from the Royal Rumble completely. But Kyle Sinoski is still running on the racetrack. If Sinoski has the opportunity to eliminate one of these 3 people, it still would count. Sinoski is eliminated from the Royal Rumble, but until the end of the 3-minute period, he can still go on eliminating people, and it would count as an elimination for whoever he would take out. So Austin LaPlante, Charles Sanford, and Carson Gum are hoping that they're not going to see that Jack Daniels Chevrolet in their back mirror or up ahead of them, because that could result in Kyle Sinoski taking out one of these guys, or maybe 2, or maybe all 3 of them. It's one thing about the Royal Rumble here. Even though you're eliminated, you're not completely eliminated until that 3-minute segment you're in is over. And there you see Kyle Sinoski. He's returning from pit road, but I don't think he's going to be any factor into eliminating these 3, as they're able to now drive away from him. So let's take a look at our next entry. Next entry going to be Anthony McCurry. Anthony McCurry in the number 1. Making his second Royal Rumble start here is Anthony in that Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet. Now you notice that there's the 1 and the 15. Those 2 cars out of the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated stables. But in this Royal Rumble, there are no teammates, there are no friends. It's every man and woman for themselves. I don't think we have any women in the Royal Rumble this year, but you get the point I was trying to make. And right there you saw Anthony McCurry right behind these guys. And oops, sorry there for that little freeze up. We got a little technical problem. Not sure what's going on here. Okay, there we go. Whoa, Anthony McCurry. Whoa, just when we jump back there, Anthony McCurry nearly eliminating Austin the Plant. A prime example there that there are no teammates. Carson Gum out in front, side by side between Austin the Plant and Anthony McCurry. Now, we've already had our first eliminations in Kyle Sosnowski and Seth Cole. That was when we had 5 cars on the racetrack. Now we've got 4 as we're starting to build up again, starting to build the pack up once more. And oh my goodness, a little bit of contact between Carson Gum and Austin the Plant. That could have resulted in elimination right there, but they kept it together once more. They've done a great job here. I've noticed that this, in my opinion, we're seeing a lot better racing, a lot better of a Royal Rumble here in the starting stages of the second annual Royal Rumble than we did in the first stage, and I'll tell you why. The first stage, I think we used the BR12 mod, and those cars did not seem to have very good stability. These cars, on the other hand, do. These cars are a little bit wider, they're a little bit lower to the ground, therefore they have better stability, and it's making it easier for these drivers to be able to save their cars and avoid elimination, as opposed to last time. If you got anywhere near someone else's left rear quarter panel, you were basically going to get hooked and eliminated. So, at least it's making it a little bit better for these drivers to be able to create some defense to keep themselves in the Royal Rumble. Right there you see Anthony McCurry got a little bit of an unceremonious shove there, and he's moving now to the high side. He's going to back off a little bit here. You're going to see that happen during the course of the day. If a driver gets roughed up enough, he's going to be like, okay, enough of this. I'm going to move to the back. I'm just going to ride around, wait a minute, and then make my charge again. It's not bad strategy either. I mean, that's usually the way you got to get it done if you're going to remain in the Royal Rumble after starting in spots 1 through 5, which is what's going on right here. Actually, Anthony McCurry is entry number 6. So, anyway, still, you're basically at a disadvantage starting this early on in the race. You've got to work your way all the way through this event. Next entry coming up. Let's see what's going to be. Oh, it's going to be Ethan Hamill in the number 19 Dodge. I believe this is actually Dodge's first entry into the Royal Rumble. There he is. I was wondering where Ethan Hamill had gone. There he is, and now there he is on the racetrack with these other 4 competitors. Hope you guys are in for a long, long event. We've got 40 entries, 3-minute segments of these 40 entries. That's a total of 120 minutes. That equals out to 2 hours long. This is going to be a over 2-hour long video. So hope you guys are prepared. And, oh, Carson Gumb! Carson Gumb's eliminated by Ethan Hamill! Oh, and he brings it back up the racetrack. Did he get Anthony McCurry? McCurry missed it. How? Oh, Carson Gumb flipping, barrel rolling, entry number 4. Has been eliminated for the Royal Rumble, courtesy of our newest entry, Ethan Hamill. But we gotta find out, did Anthony McCurry get moved into the out of bounds there? Carson Gumb nearly came right up into him. We gotta find out. I don't know if Anthony McCurry's been eliminated. It doesn't look like it, though. The way he's running, it doesn't look like it. I don't even know if he had contact made. Let's take a look at the replay here. Ethan Hamill right there, left rear quarter panel. This was a textbook elimination. Perfect elimination by Ethan Hamill. Eliminates Carson Gumb, but keeps himself on the racetrack. Carson Gumb right there, crossed the yellow line. That is an elimination. But watch right here. Carson Gumb's kind of got the mentality, and this is what you got to do in the Royal Rumble. He says, okay, if I'm going out, I'm not going out alone. He tries to come back up. I think he may have been targeting Ethan Hamill, but watch right there. Whoa! He literally just fit his car right between Ethan Hamill and Anthony McCurry there, while in the air. And how Anthony McCurry was able to just barely get on the brakes and miss that 55 coming back on the racetrack, I have no earthly idea. An unbelievable miss by Anthony McCurry there in that number 1 car. By all means, he should have been eliminated along with Carson Gumb right there. But Anthony McCurry, an incredible piece of driving, and now we've got 3 drivers eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Seth Cole and Kyle Sanofsky, as well now as Carson Gumb. That's entries 3, 5, and 4, I believe. Yeah, 3, 4, and 5. So 1, 2, 6, and 7 are still running on the racetrack. Pretty impressive so far for Austin LaPlante and Charles Sanford, starting from the 2 most unfortunate spots, disadvantaged spots of 1 and 2. They're still running here, as there have been 3 cars eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Next entry coming up. Let's see what's going to be. Well, take a look who we got coming up next. Luke Martin. Yet another DEI car. We're going to have 3 DEI cars. How's this going to play out? This is going to be very interesting. Luke Martin in that U.S. Army Chevrolet now, out here with these other drivers. We're back up to 5 race cars once again here. Question is, though, will we see another elimination here in the Royal Rumble? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Little contact there between Austin LaPlante and Ethan Hamill. I believe I'm actually saying that name wrong. He's told me the correct way of saying it. It's Hamill. Ethan Hamill. There we go. I said it correctly. But you notice here, I told you guys before when we had the Anthony McCurry and Austin LaPlante machines running with each other and we saw them nearly eliminate each other, there are no teammates, even though these rides do come out of Dale Earnhardt Incorporated stables. Same deal is going to happen there with Luke Martin. He is the same deal. He's a DEI car. Whoa! What was Austin LaPlante doing? I don't know, but he went way down in that turn. I don't think I've seen driver do that all day today. Go way down towards the yellow line there out of turn number 2, but anyway, he's still good to go. Ethan Hamil now going to go underneath him. Whoa, 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 contact right there between Charles Sanford and Luke Martin. Luke Martin so close to that dotted white line, but he keeps it inside the bounds. Oh my goodness, that was close. Looks like he was trying to eliminate Charles Sanford right there out of turn 4. And nearly resulted in eliminating himself, but I don't even think 2 tires crossed over that dotted white line. So I think he is, well, I know that he's still good to go. And he's still on the back bumper of Charles Sanford. Charles Sanford must be like, oh no, not him again. Now it looks like maybe, just maybe, his saving grace, maybe Anthony McCurry is now going to go underneath of that 01. Well, maybe not. Oh, Martin's still there with Sanford. They're still nose to tail. Here we go out of turn 4 again. Will Luke Martin try to eliminate Charles Sanford one more time? No, not this time. Whoa, 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 Austin LaPlante. Again, flirting with disaster as he nearly got down to that dotted white line. Remember, if 2 tires cross that dotted white line, you are not eliminated. You're still in bounds. It's when all 4 tires completely cross over that dotted white line. Whoa, Ethan Hamil into Austin LaPlante. That was a close call right there. That 15 car got major squirrely through that corner, but still manages to keep it straight. And now going to go down to the inside and try to get to the inside of the 88 of Charles Sanford. Oh, Anthony McCurry. Look at this. Anthony McCurry right on that left rear quarter panel of Austin LaPlante. Luke Martin. Oh my goodness, that was close. 2 tires right on top of that dotted white line, but we're still running the segment with no eliminations. This is great. And now we're getting ready for a 6-car pack. Who's the next entry? Next entry going to be Stephen Bush in the DLP Texas Instruments Chevrolet. For the first time here in the 2nd annual Royal Rumble, we've got ourselves a 6-car pack. We've been able to get up to 5 cars, but it's resulted in eliminations. First, the eliminations of Seth Cole and Kyle Sosnowski, and then the elimination of Carson Gum. But now we've got 6 cars. How's this going to play out? Look at this, a little bit of a... Is this a 2-car tandem going on here? Is this on purpose between Luke Martin and Anthony McCurry? Well, whether it was on purpose or not, it just went away in a hurry. Here comes the other 4 cars right back to them. And all 6 of these drivers, you know, want to make it to that final segment. They want to be in the running to be the winner, the champion of the Royal Rumble. Tell you what, there's a lot of anticipation here. A lot of big names who were around at the end of the Royal Rumble last season that are not yet in this thing. It's a question of where are they going to be. James McLeod, who finished runner-up last season. And look at Luke Martin! Look at Luke Martin! Did you see that? Did you see that? He had 2 tires down on the banking there. 2 tires were across that yellow line. Take a look at this one more time. You've got to see this to believe it. Right here, look at that. Look at that. The 2 tires are down on the apron of the racetrack, which is an upper opposite banking to the racetrack. How he did not get that car to flip over, I don't know. But there's the first time. He brings it up and saves it. And then watch right here. Look at that car. That car is literally with 2 tires on one side, 2 tires on the other side, and he kept it together. How? I don't know. An incredible display by Luke Martin. Incredible defensive display to keep himself in this thing. And look at this. Now he's going back for the lead. As I was saying before, though, before Luke Martin's incredible move, James McLeod, who finished runner-up in the Royal Rumble last year, he's in this thing, but the question is, where is he going to start? Dylan Poteet, who was in the final segment, he's in this. And also, the defending champion, Aaron Williams, is going to be starting off somewhere in this Royal Rumble. Question is, though, where will the champ start? He's looking to defend his Royal Rumble title, and they almost went 4 wide there. That was close, and look at this. They're starting to get racy here as we're getting close to the end of this 3-minute segment. We're about ready to bring in our next entry. Can you believe it? These guys are racing hard, but we've still got ourselves a 6-car pack. I thought for sure we'd see an elimination. Right there, we nearly saw one. Ethan Hamill nearly getting an Anthony McCurry, which nearly sent him up into Luke Martin. But we're still green flag, or well, we always green flag racing, but we're still racing. Oh, Ethan Hamill! Hamill! Oh my goodness, Hamill! Did he eliminate himself? I don't know if he did or not. Ethan Hamill may have just eliminated himself from the Royal Rumble. We've got to find out. We're going to get the buzzer for our next entry pretty soon here, but we're going to hold off on it. We got to find out. Look very closely here. Oh, I think he still is in. I think he was still in bounds, just barely. I don't think that those right side tires completely crossed the dotted white line. Take a look from another camera angle. Watch the splitter. Does the splitter completely cross the dotted white line? No, it does not. No, Ethan Hamill is still in this thing. Just barely, though. But what an incredible job. Ethan Hamill's still in it. Next entry, please.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, a little bit of backwards talent there by Richard Johnson. The Dodge was nearly just eliminated from the Royal Rumble, but here comes the second Dodge of the day. Richard Johnson in the 43. Now we got ourselves a pack of 7 cars. You got to think that during this point we're going to have some eliminations or something. I mean, I don't really think these guys want to have this big a build-up here. And right there almost looks like Anthony McCurry going to work there on Austin the Plant. See Richard Johnson. Oh, whoa, 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 Richard Johnson! Wow, just barely kept those 2 right side tires on the correct side of the track of that dotted white line. He's still in. You also saw Ethan Hamill go pretty wide in that corner. If he had slid off the racetrack and all 4 tires had left the racing surface, he would have been eliminated as well. Charles Sanford, though, Austin the Plant, those 2 started this thing off. Austin the Plant, entry number 1. Charles Sanford, entry number 2. They're trying to still keep ahead here, try and still survive. Whoa, watch out back there. Stephen Bush doing a little bit of a slide job there on Luke Martin. They're still keeping it together, and now they're all single file. Well, as soon as they're single file, oh, Luke Martin! Whoa, awfully close to that white line again. Boy, these guys, I don't think they know just how dangerous it is to try and do that slingshot move to the low side. You don't get your car turned back quick enough, you're going to be beneath that dotted white line and have eliminated yourself from the Royal Rumble. These guys, though, willing to take that chance, and so far it's paid off for those that have tried it. Whoa! Boy, I don't know if Austin the Plant got turned there by Luke Martin or if he actually just decided to slingshot down to the low side there, but I don't think I've seen a car do that yet today. Out of turn number 2 as Charles Sanford goes way up high now. He says kind of like, okay, I've been up front, I've been targeted, let me go to the back here and rest a little bit. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Stephen Bush awfully close to that inside line, and he still keeps it on the racing surface. Wow, you gotta give these guys credit. They're doing a great job. 7 cars here in this pack. Perfect opportunity for multiple eliminations, and so far they're still keeping it together. Luke Martin now going up to the front of the pack. You know, basically up front is not so bad. Where you don't want to be is basically back at the second position, because then you're back between the leader and whoever is pushing you, and that leaves yourself wide open for possibly getting turned down to the apron or turned up the racetrack. So pretty much if I'm one of these guys, the spot I don't want to be running is right behind the leader with a car right on my back bumper. And watch it. Oh, whoa, 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 there goes Luke Martin! Luke Martin's been eliminated by, I think, Anthony McCurry, but give a little assist to Richard Johnson. And we're getting ready for our next entry. And it's going to be Dylan Young, the number 31 out of the Richard Childress stables. Dylan Young now ready to enter the fray. As we have had an elimination, it was Luke Martin. Unfortunately, we can't go back and show you a replay of it, but Luke Martin, I think the result of Richard Johnson and Anthony McCrory making contact sent McCrory up into Luke Martin, and it forced the 0-1 car out and to the outside of the racing surface, resulting in Luke Martin being eliminated from the Royal Rumble. As I said before, even though these rides, you can see the 1 and the 15 and the 01, they were all out of the Earnhardt Ganassi stables, the DEI stables, but they are not teammates. Regardless of whether or not there's an alliance as far as what team their rides come out of, there are no alliances as far as teammates. There's every man for themselves, and that's why you saw contact between the 1 and the 00, resulting in Luke Martin's exit from the Royal Rumble. Whoa, watch out, Dylan Young nearly getting turned by Stephen Bush there. Whoa, 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 contact! Charles Sanford on the apron, and there they go again! More eliminations. Oh, Richard Johnson and Anthony McCrory making more contact, but they saved it. Oh my goodness, Stephen Bush is eliminated. Charles Sanford has been eliminated. And so has Ethan Hamill in the 19. There is Ethan Hamill. Sanford you saw a moment ago. We've got 3 more eliminations from the Royal Rumble. Stephen Bush, Charles Sanford, and Ethan Hamill. Take a look at the replay here. It's going to be Ethan Hamill just hooking in the left rear quarter panel of the Charles Sanford machine. Sanford goes down, still on with 2 tires on the racetrack, but the car snaps around on him. He comes up, Ethan Hamill snaps up, and there's just nowhere for Stephen Bush to go. Stephen Bush caught up in that mess there, and he's eliminated as well. All 3 of those cars headed down there onto the outside of this racetrack. What a tough break for all 3 of them. All eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Charles Sanford came in at entry number 2. His day is done. Oh my goodness. What a tough break for those drivers. As now we've got 4 drivers remaining so far here. Entry number 11 being Dylan Young. So we've had 7 eliminations already from the 2nd annual Royal Rumble. Austin LaPlante, Anthony McCrory, Richard Johnson, and Dylan Young. They're the 3 still there. Austin LaPlante started off from position number 1. He's been able to survive. And we're moments away now from getting our next entry. Entry number 12, Anthony McCrory nearly got off the racetrack, but he saved it. Great save. Here's our next entry into the Royal Rumble. And it looks like it's going to be Michael Norman. Yet another Dale Earnhardt Incorporated ride and entering in at number 12. Remember we told you, there are no teammates, even though a lot of these rides come out of the same stables. Whether it be DEI, Hendrick Motorsports, Richard Childress, it doesn't matter. Now we're starting to try and build this pack back up again. We're up now to a 5-car pack with Anthony McCrory, Michael Norman, Dylan Young, Richard Johnson, and Austin LaPlante. LaPlante's been the one in this the longest, coming in at the very first entry at the start of this event. Anthony McCrory, he's going to take and get to the high side there. You're going to maybe see the 1, 8, and 15 work together here, you know, to try and pick up spots, but do not be disillusioned. They are not, I repeat, not teammates. It's every man for themselves. That's the rules of the Royal Rumble. As we move up here to the leader, Anthony McCrory. You're running single file right now. Not bad strategy. It's a very good strategy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right there. It almost looked like there was a little bit of contact between Michael Norman's left front and Dylan Young's right rear. That could have spelled out trouble. Oh, Norman's on the apron and he saves it. Oh, Austin plants on the apron and there he goes. He takes Dylan Young with it. Richard Johnson saves it. Wow. How in the world did Richard Johnson save it? But Dylan Young, along with our number 1 entry, Austin LaPlante, have been taken out here. We gotta see how that happened. Michael Norman now way ahead. There you go, right there. Yep, the 15 got down the apron a little bit. The car snapped up on him. He came up the racetrack, and Dylan Young, just an innocent victim, taken out there. Now, Austin LaPlante will get credited for the elimination of Dylan Young from the Royal Rumble, but he also is going to get credited for eliminating himself, an elimination which I'm sure he'd be more than willing to pass up. Oh, man, Dylan Young took a hard hit there. So just as soon as we had 5 cars up here on the racetrack, we're now left with 2. Take one more look here. I don't really think there was even any contact between the 15 of Austin LaPlante and the 43 of Richard Johnson that caused this. It was all LaPlante. When he hit that apron, the car snapped up the racetrack, and Dylan Young was just the unfortunate car to the high side of that 15. So there goes our number 1 entry, Austin LaPlante. Whoa! A little elevation change there, and oh, both cars taking hard hits there. Austin LaPlante, who had entered in at number 1, and Dylan Young, who entered in at number 11. Back to live action. There you go. Michael Norman, Richard Johnson, Anthony McCurry. They're about to get another entry to come and join them. Let's see who it's going to be. Oh, and look at this. It looks like it's going to be Steven Gonzalez. We're starting to get some Dodgers in here. Entry number 13 is going to be the Everham Motorsports Dodge of Steven Gonzalez. In all circumstances, if this was a normal points race, you may see the Dodge alliance between Steven Gonzalez and Richard Johnson take place, but it is not going to be the case here today, with it being an every man for himself deal. Steven Gonzalez now going to head out here in front. You know, these drivers, they're going to keep doing this. Some of them going to want to go to the front. Some of them going to want to go to the back. Whatever place they think is going to be the safest, depending on how many cars there are on the racetrack and the level of hard racing that takes place in each and every segment. All these drivers wanting to make it to the end of this event right now. Anthony McCurry is the guy who's been in the longest. McCurry, I believe, entered in at entry number 6. I'll have to look back and confirm that. Watch out there. Richard Johnson's been in since entry number 10. Of course, Michael Norman, entry number 12. And Steven Gonzalez, our latest entry, at entry number 13. You see Richard Johnson there kind of moving down to the low side, giving plenty of room to fellow Dodge Steven Gonzalez, making sure that he's going to make it into the next round. We've already had several eliminations. Our most recent one was Austin LaPlante, entry number 1. Dylan Young's out. Also, Stephen Bush is retired. Charles Sampard has been eliminated. Been a lot of drivers. Ethan Hamill's been out. Carson Gum has been taken out. Luke Martin's been taken out. We've got a lot of drivers who have been eliminated. Just to put into perspective how many drivers have been eliminated, Steven Gonzalez, entry number 13. There are only 4 cars left on the racetrack still running in this thing, which means a total of 9 eliminations have taken place already. These guys are doing a good job giving each other room, and I have a feeling we are going to make it back to at least a 5-car pack here. So we are just a few seconds away from our next entry coming in, entry number 14. We're getting awfully close to the halfway point here, entry number 20, and then we'll be on the home stretch down through 30, then 40 entrants until we have our final 10-lap shootout. Take a look right here. Contact there between Richard Johnson, Steven Gonzalez, and Michael Norman. Oh, wow! What a save right there. I never even saw that happen. Great job by our camera guys to be able to cue in on that. Great save by Michael Norman, keeping those 2 left side tires on the racing surface. He'll move on to the next segment. Let's see who's going to join these guys.
You're going to turn me up.
Looks like it's going to be the Joe Gibbs racing car. First one of the day, and it's going to be Dom Capps, entry number 14.
All eyes on us. All eyes on us.
Also, well, I think it's actually a Chevrolet. Yeah, they're Joe Gibbs Racing Chevrolets, but it is the first Joe Gibbs Racing entry into this Royal Rumble. Let's see how he does here. Whoa, 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 whoa. They're already getting a little racy here. Are they going to go 4 wide? Yes, they are. Johnson low, Gonzalez in the middle, a groove higher, McCurry, and then Michael Norman rim riding on the high side. But they're able to turn that scary situation into regular racing once again, and we still have no eliminations. Dom Capps, though, pretty much the lucky man. Everybody was going 4 wide behind him. He says, thank you very much. You guys do that. I'll just stay out ahead of you guys and keep out of trouble. Oh, wow. Almost a little contact there between Steven Gonzalez and Richard Johnson. Oh, I don't like this. They're backing up. They're backing up. Contact between Steven Gonzalez and Dom Capps is eliminated. Steven Gonzalez may also have been eliminated, but I don't know for certain. But Steven Gonzalez was awfully close to I can't even talk. I'm too excited. That yellow line there, I don't know if he was eliminated or not. Take a look at our replay here. We do know that Dom Capps, I could see with the naked eye there that he was eliminated. All 4 tires beneath the yellow line. What a quick entry into this Royal Rumble it was for him. But I still can't tell from that camera angle, was the 10 of Steven Gonzalez eliminated? See from an aerial view, see if he was eliminated. Take a good look at that right rear. Well, you know, I almost think he still had it on a little bit of that yellow paint. Here's a great camera angle. Let's see if we can find out. Yes, indeed. He still had a little bit of that Goodyear tire on that yellow line. It has to, remember, be completely past the yellow line for the elimination. So Dom Capps has been eliminated, but Steven Gonzalez, by the skin of his teeth, literally, is still in the Royal Rumble match. Wow. But now bear in mind, Dom Capps is able to be on the racetrack here for the duration of that 3-minute period he entered in at. Which means that if he is able to eliminate Michael Norman, Anthony McCurry, Steven Gonzalez, or Richard Johnson, the elimination would count. Dom Capps is basically considered right now as if he has not been eliminated. The elimination from the event takes place at the end of the 3-minute period. Right now he's running at the back there. Oh, whoa, whoa, Michael Norman nearly getting turned there by Richard Johnson. And Dom Capps is actually going to bypass Anthony McCurry. So McCurry is basically safe right now from being eliminated. But I think you may see that 11 trying to catch up to the 10. Whoa, he nearly got it. He almost got Michael Norman right there. Michael Norman, wicked loose right there, nearly got up into the 43 of Richard Johnson. And it's time for our next entry. And it looks like it's going to be the Penske Racing Dodge of Austin Ogo, the Blue Deuce. Taking his time as he's getting ready to head into his first NNSCRA Royal Rumble match. And all these drivers you see here, with the exception of Austin Ogo, able to survive the onslaught of possibly being eliminated by Dom Capps, who you do not see in this group anymore as he was eliminated. The elimination is going to be credited to Steven Gonzalez. Very impressed right now with Anthony McCurry. He's done a great job keeping his car out of trouble, but I'll tell you what, the one that's really been keeping himself out of scrapes is Michael Norman. There's been at least 3 or 4 different occasions where that 8 car would probably have been eliminated from the race, but he ended up saving it, keeping himself in. And probably the closest shave has been Steven Gonzalez, which we just saw back on that last segment. Literally just a teeny tiny little bit of yellow paint kept him between staying in this thing and being eliminated. As you see right there, Austin Ogo not really making any aggressive moves right now, just kind of riding there in that little space between fellow Dodgers Richard Johnson and Steven Gonzalez. Now we may have an elimination coming up here, or at least an attempt for an elimination. Richard Johnson, whoa, he steps out of the line there. Instead he'll go down to the low side of Anthony McCurry. I thought he was going to try and eliminate him. Apparently that's not going to be the case though. Anthony McCurry, Richard Johnson, Michael Norman, Steven Gonzalez, and our latest entry, Austin Ogo, all still in this thing. Who's going to make it to the end? Whoa, shit! For a moment there, that 43 slipped up. I thought you may see the 2 of Austin Ogo hook Richard Johnson. Oh, look at them. They're getting awfully squirrely down the back straightaway. This usually means it's go time for these guys. What? Are they going to try and go on the high side? Whoa, 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 whoa! Shoving the 1 into turn 3 is Austin Ogo. Oh, contact! Contact! Austin! There he goes! And he takes Richard Johnson with him! Oh no, look out! Steven Gonzalez and Michael Norman! Norman, is he gonna save it? He did! He did! Again! Norman saved it again! Oh, but Austin Ogo! Oh my goodness! And also Richard Johnson. They're eliminated from the Royal Rumble. I think it was almost the exact kind of thing that happened to Austin the Plant happened to Austin Ogo. It's like a curse of the Austins. Watch right here. The Blue Deuce gonna... Oh, he actually slides up into Richard Johnson, comes down off the nose of Steven Gonzalez. He hits that apron, and just what happened to Austin the Plant, where the car shoots up the racetrack, exact same thing happens to the Blue Deuce of Austin Ogo. And oh, Richard Johnson just got tapped in the side. All that momentum shoots him up the racetrack. And there he goes, flying off the banking and off the racetrack. Richard Johnson, entry number 10, eliminated from the Royal Rumble as well. There you see Austin Ogo, who just entered in. Hadn't been in this for very long. He is out as well. Oh my goodness, wild barrel roll there for the Blue Deuce. Not a great debut into his first ever NNSCRA Royal Rumble for the Austin Ogo machine, but I want to see if we can get a replay of Michael Norman and Steven Gonzalez's incredible save. Here it is. Now you see Austin Ogo is already sliding up the racetrack. Watch right here. Oh, Michael Norman's got 2 tires on the apron, 2 tires on the track. He gets into Steven Gonzalez. Hi! And Steven Gonzalez, oh, they both are literally running on the apron. And watch Michael Norman slide up the racetrack. And how does he keep that car on the racing surface with all that momentum? Absolutely incredible. A great save by Steven Gonzalez as well. You see Anthony McCurry, he's been able to kind of drive away. He wasn't even involved in that. But he, Steven Gonzalez, and Michael Norman continue on as here comes our next entry. Oh, now we got some Hendrick power coming into the mix here. It's going to be Cody Lamas coming in at entry number 16. Cody Lamas in that Lowe's Chevy. And now we've got ourselves 3 Chevrolets and a Dodge. Here's we are up to entry number 16. Whoa! Little shove right there into turn 3 for Michael Norman, courtesy of Cody Lamas. Oh my goodness, they're getting close now. Didn't take them any time at all to try and go into elimination mode. Michael Norman. Maybe had a little contact again there between the 8 and the 48. Nearly sent Michael Norman down beneath that dotted white line, which would, of course, resulted in an elimination. You know, it seems like now we've kind of gotten into a trend. These drivers, they'll start to race, they'll settle it out amongst themselves, we'll build up to about 5-car pack, and then as soon as we turn our head, 2, 3, sometimes even 4 drivers have been eliminated from this event. And it seems like these guys, at first I think they were up to, before they were up to about 7 entries before we actually had an elimination. And now, oh, there they go again! Oh, Anthony McCurry and Steven Gonzalez! Oh my goodness, wild ride for McCurry. Oh man, hard lick. And that leaves Cody Lamas and Michael Norman on the racetrack. Steven Gonzalez is out. Anthony McCurry is out. How did this start? Oh, it was Steven Gonzalez hooks the one of Anthony McCurry down the racetrack. Both cars hit the apron. Both cars snap up the racetrack. And Michael Norman again. How does Michael Norman keep doing it? He just missed Steven Gonzalez, which would have certainly sent him up the racetrack and eliminated him. And look at him! Look at Norman! He literally was riding up on the highest part of the track before you end up having it impossible to run up there. What is Michael Norman doing? He's got himself completely psyched for this event or something, because he is pulling off some amazing feats that I don't think I've seen a driver do in the Royal Rumble without getting wrecked and eliminated in the attempt. But that's a tough break there for Anthony McCurry. McCurry in the 1. I believe he entered in at entry number 6. Gonna try and see if I can get the confirmation on that. My goodness. Absolutely unbelievable stuff we got going on here, and we are not even halfway through this event. And yes, Anthony McCurry did enter in at number 10, or number 6 rather. Here comes the next entry. Oh, now it's going to start to get good. Dylan Pote, entry number 17. Now Dylan Pote kind of showing off his burning skills. He just went back into the entrance podium. Question is he going to come back out? Oh yeah, I guess he is. Yeah, I don't think Dylan Pote's going to take and say, no, I don't want to join this event. Dylan Pote was very close last season to almost pulling it off, but just couldn't get it on the final lap. Pote trying to look for some redemption here. As we now are up to 3 drivers here in this pack. Cody Lamas, Dylan Pote, and Michael Norman. Pote! Well, you don't want to try doing that slingshot job off of turn 4. You could end up screwing yourself and eliminating yourself from the Royal Rumble. Wow, we've had a lot of eliminations so far. If you're just joining us, these are the drivers so far that have entered in and been eliminated from the Royal Rumble so far. Austin LaPlante, Charles Sanford, Seth Cole, Carson Gum, Kyle Sanofsky. Anthony McCurry was just recently eliminated. Ethan Hamill is out, so is Luke Martin, Stephen Bush, Richard Johnson, Dylan Young, Steven Gonzalez, Dom Capps, Austin Ogo. Those are the drivers out. Driver right now that has been in the longest of three competitors, Michael Norman. He's been in since entry number 12. Cody Lamas, Dylan Pote, their entries 16 and 17 respectively. You see them giving each other lots of room. This is a typical thing you see here when we end up having so few cars on the racetrack. They decide, okay, we're not in a big pack. We don't really have to push it. And let's also keep in mind these three have pretty big veteran respect for each other as well. So believe these three actually race with each other online on Xbox, so they've got a little bit of a maybe gentleman's agreement. Well, as soon as I say that, Michael Norman comes up, nearly forces Dylan Poteet off on the outside of the racetrack. But they still keep it together, they're still racing, and we are getting fairly close to having our next entry come in, which will be entry number 18. We're getting awfully close to entry number 20 here when we will be halfway in this event. Cody Lamas, Michael Norman, Dylan Poteet still in this thing. Dylan Poteet ended up making it to the final 10-lap shootout last season, but he ended up coming in at a pretty good number. This year he comes in at number 17, which means he's still got 23 more entries to have to survive with. Right now, with the eliminations that we've been seeing right and left, the odds are not in the favor of all three of these drivers making it to the final 10-lap segment, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. These drivers may have a method of survival. We certainly know that Michael Norman does. He has, at least 5 different times that I've counted, avoided near an elimination. It's been absolutely incredible watching that 8 car and what he's been able to do in that race car. Well, you tired of this 3-car stuff? Well, good, because we're about to get our next entry. Let's find out who it is as we're getting entry number 18. Well, take a look at this, folks. It is last year's Royal Rumble champion. Driving the number 44 this time, Aaron Williams. He ended up beating in a photo finish to the stripe, I believe it was James McLeod, last season, claiming the first ever Royal Rumble win in the NNSCRA. Today he comes in having to try and do it from entry number 18. Can he do that and go back-to-back in 2 straight Royal Rumbles? Only time will tell. Certainly going to be an exciting thing to see here. See what the defending champ's going to bring out. Sorry for that little glitch there. Whoa, boy. Look at the caliber we got here on the racetrack right now. Cody Lamas, Michael Norman, Aaron Williams, and Dylan Poteet. 4 drivers who would love to make it to the final segment. Aaron Williams, of course, to try and defend his title. Let's not forget, if Aaron Williams at any point during this event gets eliminated, we are 100% guaranteed a brand new Royal Rumble champion in this second annual NNSCRA Royal Rumble. So Aaron Williams, quite a task on his hands, not getting that lucky number in the draw like he did last season. Right now, they seem to be giving each other quite a bit of room here. I wouldn't really expect any of these drivers at this point to try and make any rash decisions. Right now, I think cooler heads may prevail between these 4 seasoned veterans, but then again, you never know. We've seen stranger things happen. Boy, I'm telling you what, folks, we are starting to get some big names in here now, and we still got a lot of them in the hat. We still have a lot of drivers. We're only up to entry number 18, guys. There's still a total of 22 drivers left to enter in this thing before we even head to our 10-lap shootout to find out who's going to make a name for themselves in the NNSCRA as the second annual Royal Rumble champion. Right now, we got Dylan Poteet, Cody Lamas, Michael Norman, Aaron Williams. Oh, watch it, contact! There they go! Oh, my goodness! It's all 4! Norman, Aaron Williams, Dylan Poteet, and Cody Lamas. All 4 of them are gone. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Aaron Williams returning to the racetrack. I think he just blew out the engine, though. He's already eliminated anyway, but I don't believe it. I do not believe it. All 4 of those drivers in one fell swoop in turn 4 all have been eliminated from the Royal Rumble. The track's completely bare. How did this happen? It was Cody Lamas. He's going to get into the left rear of Dylan Poteet. Both hit the apron. Poteet's car goes slinging up the racetrack. Poteet at that point is eliminated. And then Poteet does a lot of hang time in the air there. My goodness, that car flew quite a ways before finally landing Oh no, it didn't even land. It hit the outside part of the dimensions of his track. But then, here's the follow-up. Oh, Aaron Williams then goes down on the apron. His car snaps up, and he gets into Cody Lamas, and this time Michael Norman cannot rim ride on the outside. The car finally goes to the outside of the racetrack, but look at that. Cody Lamas trying to hit the brakes, trying to keep those two front tires on the track, can't do it. All four drivers are eliminated. Now, what happens in this case is the next two entries will come in and face off against each other because it really won't make sense for only one driver to be running around the track for 3 minutes. So let's find out now, get the buzzer going, and find out our next two entries. Certainly an opportune time here for Adam Chambers in the 12. With a completely clean racetrack, looks like he's not going to waste any time. Directly to the track goes that number 12. Who's next? It's going to be Sean Henley, entry number 20. Henley in that number 38. So these two are going to battle it out now amongst each other here for a 3-minute segment. Still, I am completely flabbergasted by what I just saw, the events that just took place a mere moment ago. Cody Lamas, Dylan Poteet, Michael Norman, and Aaron Williams all eliminated in just about 5 seconds. Didn't take very long. All four of them gone from the Royal Rumble. And now, do you know what this means? It means we are ensured a brand new Royal Rumble champion. Aaron Williams will not be able to defend his title. Those are four big names that were taken out right there in one fell swoop. One little miscue, one little mess up there on the part of Cody Lamas takes out all four of our competitors, and I don't think I've ever seen that many cars on the racetrack at a single time in the Royal Rumble, and all of them being eliminated in so quick a maneuver. Now, Cody Lamas is going to get credited for the elimination of Dylan Poteet. Aaron Williams, though, is going to get credited for 3 eliminations. Himself, Cody Lamas, and Michael Norman. And Chambers coming in at number 19. Sean Henley coming in at number 20 are, if you will, landmark. Since we have hit halfway here in the Royal Rumble, both these drivers just kind of riding around here. Not exactly bad strategy. Can't say I blame them, but boy, I'll tell you what's got to be going through these drivers who are getting ready to enter into this thing? What's got to be going through their minds now? I mean, I'm sure they thought they could win this thing, but now they see 4 big names right there, in Poteet, Williams, Cody Lamas, and Michael Norman all get eliminated just by one little miscue on the part of Cody Lamas. What are they thinking now? Is there a little bit of doubt in their minds now on whether or not they can make it? I don't know, but right now, Sean Henley, Adam Chambers just kind of giving each other a lot of room as if to say, yeah, we realize that we're out here, we're running under the circumstances of that we had to both come out here at the same time due to the fact that, it wouldn't make sense for only one of us to be running around here. So right now, I think they're just kind of like, let's just ride around here. Let's do a little bit of working together, a little bit of strategy, see what our cars have got just in case we make it to the final segment. Man. Still completely shocked by what just happened there. That is something I was not expecting at all. I'm pretty sure all 4 of those drivers weren't expecting it either. And this Royal Rumble, it's taken names. I'll tell you what, we've had 20 entries so far. Right now, you're looking at entries 19 and 20. 1 through 18 already have been eliminated. Will not make it to the final 10-lap segment. About to get entry number 21 as we're now on the home stretch of the Royal Rumble. Who's going to be? It's going to be the guy who actually just barely missed out on winning last year. James McLeod lost in a photo finish to Aaron Williams last season. Could he end up getting a little bit of redemption here? He knows he's not going to have to go up against Aaron Williams here this year, as Aaron Williams was eliminated. James McLeod with an opportunity here to finally be able to take what he might think is his, and that being the Royal Rumble Championship. Well, James McLeod in an entirely different entry this season. Last season, I think he drove the number 55 Aaron's Dream Machine out of the Michael Waltrip Racing Stables. This season, he's in a Hendrick Motorsports ride there. And take a look at the caliber of these drivers as well. So now you got to start wondering, are these drivers, with the caliber they're in, are they going to be able to survive? Are they going to be able to keep off each other? Just think if we hadn't had that elimination, think of what we would have had here with these 7 drivers. We would have had Aaron Williams, the defending champ, Dylan Poteet, Cody Lamas, Michael Norman, Sean Henley, Adam Chambers, and James McLeod. Do you know how many NR 2003 wins there are combined between those 3 drivers? How many championships there are? My goodness. But we have 3 cars right now on the racetrack. Wow. I'm completely flabbergasted here. Still. I don't think that any of us are going to be able to keep that out of our minds as we're watching this event. But anyway, show must go on. We got ourselves 3 drivers here, all with the same goal. Try and make it to the end, become the Royal Rumble champ. Right now, these drivers giving each other quite a bit of room here. Doesn't seem like there's any pushing and shoving or anything like that. Nothing like what we saw back there with Cody Lamas, Dylan Poteet, and company. And for some reason, it's kind of glitching up a little here. I apologize for that. Tell you guys, this is a long, long race. It's really long. James McLeod now going to head out in front. Henley moves by Adam Chambers for second. You notice how much room these drivers are giving each other when they make passes down low. They literally almost move up about 3 grooves as if to say, I'll give you all the room you need, just don't eliminate me. Watch right here, heading into turn 3. Watch how much room McLeod's going to give Henley. Whoa! Maybe not! Oh my goodness, he just completely blocked the 38. I thought he was going to give him room, but no, he did a slide job across the nose of Henley. That was a little bit risky, but hey, you got to sometimes take risks to win this thing. And we're getting ready now for our next entry. Entry number 22 coming in to join these guys. We're starting to build up the pack once more here in the Royal Rumble.